Okay, hi, hello, welcome to Fat Mascara. I'm Jen Sullivan.
Hi, I'm Jessica Matlin. How are you?
How are you, Jessica?
I'm doing well today. I'm doing well.
I feel like we're on the phone and we're about to start our meeting. Everybody's here. Great.
All right, I have a hard out and about. No. This is like such a nice moment in the week. Listen, I wanted to tell you about this article that I stumbled across and I was like, I got to tell Jen if she hasn't seen it already. I know how much you love Heather Widows, and serious Fat Mascara listeners that name will ring a bell. She a philosopher.
My patron saint of Fat Mascara, philosopher Heather Widows.
Heather Widows. She has a book.
She taught us about looksism.
Lookism, which in like 3 years or less is going to be like trending on TikTok. And people are going to be very, hey, that's lookist. It's definitely going to happen. And I cannot wait for, I will have no little nasty feelings of like, hey, we talked about, I will be so happy for the world to become anti-lookist. Looksist or lookist?
I think it's looksist.
Looksist? Go back to the episode because she is, I'm kind of teasing Jen. Like,
so what did you read? Tell me.
Well, let's just big picture. If you don't know what lookist is, it's basically like you're judging people, and you guys are smart. You're judging people, guys, you're judging people by the way they look. And it sounds like, yeah, duh, but it's such a rich concept.
When you equate lookism to racism and all of a sudden that like light bulb goes off like, wait, we would never say this about a person's, they can't do this because of their race, or I think this about them because of their race, or because of their abilities, or because of their gender, any of those things. You put looks in there and you're like, oh wait, yeah.
Right. And you realize just small decisions, small things, small ways people's looks affect their lives from childhood to adulthood to their economic ability. So she's a fascinating person, and I hope her work goes absolutely, completely, boom, like explodes and goes way more mainstream. But anyway, this Guardian article is a little bit more, it's not like a hardcore news item. It's more of just like a think piece. And the headline was, people think that looking better means you will have a better life. Why Gen Z spends so much on beauty. And you can see Heather, has a quote in it. And that's really what popped out at me. But also there was another callback to a moment, Jen, you wrote about this in Marie Claire years ago, this phrase, high maintenance to be low maintenance, and how much this is really taking off on TikTok. Vogue also did a piece on this recently. They said the irony about wearing makeup is oftentimes we prefer to look like we're not wearing any at all. And the hashtag high maintenance to be low maintenance has more than 70 million views on TikTok right now. And what this entails, and I've mentioned this before on the podcast, things like going to get hair removal, going to a brow bar, a lash bar, laser hair removal, going to the nail salon, but not necessarily to get super long nails or red nails or anything, but to just look like you're very groomed, going to get your roots done, all of this stuff, but to look like you're just this perfect person, not necessarily to look done. And the cost of this is soaring. Like during the pandemic, it's unfortunate, but the beauty industry lost a lot of money. We're back even exceeding those levels. I work in the beauty industry. It supports my family. My husband also works in beauty. I don't want the beauty industry to take a hit. But there was something about this that kind of filled me with mixed feelings.
Unpack that.
It's this idea of spending so much time and money, time you're never going to get back, to look like you don't do anything at all.
Yeah. Wow.
Do I need to unpack I think our audience gets it.
No, I get it. Because if someone asked me, how much time do you spend like on skincare and makeup in the morning, I'd be like 5 minutes. And that's the truth. But what I'm not adding in is the 2.5 hours of a monthly hair color appointment, the twice yearly 2 hours of injections, the twice monthly gel manicures. That's another 3 hours getting there and back.
You're still getting gels, huh?
Oh, I love the gels. I just love a bold color on my nail, and I work so much with my hands.
Yeah, it suits you, yeah.
I cook and I clean and I garden and I bird and I'm hiking. Like, I need gels. Do I need them? That's actually like goes to your point, which is like, what this society that we live in, I feel better about myself seeing a
I get it,
groomed
yeah.
nail.
No, the reason why I said still getting just, the removal sends me into like, ugh.
No, I have a great nail salon in Brooklyn, Honey, and they do a really gentle removal. And
Okay.
like, I've got it down to a science.
Shout out, Honey.
Or they do. But like the fact that I'm so nonchalantly talking about like, yes, this is just a staff, a gels. Of course you must. These things that we just assume that everybody is doing or has to do to look just like a regular person in society who's like not even glam.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. There's like all of this to look like you don't do something.
I woke up like this. God, that's an old concept. I woke up like this.
Yeah, it just feels, I don't know, the word isn't like deceptive. It just feels like it's just getting harder and harder. And then what do you have to show for it to look like you didn't?
It has quite a Black Mirror quality, which I remember Ellen Atlanta, who was just on the show a couple weeks ago, talking about when she explained her book as like kind of Black Mirror. I was like, yeah, if you dropped an alien in or someone from like the 1800s and dropped them into today and we're like, these are the things you do and this will be totally normal. You just like,
it
what?
feels wild.
You're injecting toxins in your face? What? Like, or whatever it is. Yeah, Heather, always looking for her name. And we'll link to that article. It's a conversation we love to keep having and assume you do too.
and listen, I'm not saying that you guys are all doing this because, it took me 5 minutes to get ready. I'm rushing. This is not necessarily everything I do or Jen does or we're assuming you guys do, but this is definitely something that is happening. So let us know what you think.
Listen, I'm going to continue doing it. Another person we had on, Elise, who was talking about like, I still want to do all those things. I just like to think about why I'm doing them. And I think that's what our podcast is all about. So
yeah. Okay. So anyway.
That's what you're thinking about this week. You should also be thinking about eye cream because we have a special segment about how hard it is to find the right one. But like sometimes everybody can be pleased by one, and that's going to be fun. We've got quickie news. We're going to raise a wand. Jess has already warned me she wants to raise 2 wands, I'm going to allow it. So let's take a quick break, and then we'll get into the episode.
All right, the Pinterest Autumn Trend Report has come out. Now, Pinterest, their autumn trend report, I feel like Pinterest is coming a little bit like, not been around as long, but almost like Pantone with their color of the year, only in the way that they're pointing to where the trends are going, or a little bit with Pinterest, like where they are, because their evidence is based in real time. So our friends at Beauty Matter did a really nice recap. And what I'm seeing is like, I'm gonna give you a few. Jen, I really want you to let me know if you're seeing what I'm seeing or our friends at Pinterest are seeing. So there's a real overarching theme from Japan, a real Japanese influence, which I think is right on time because I think we all need some serenity now. We're seeing, when it comes to nails, Japanese-inspired nails, so designs like little ornamentation, that is up by 600%. But if you go onto, and we'll link to this, I would say the study, but the research, the Pinterest study.
They're always so visually presented and so much fun to look at.
Yeah, they're really fun to look at. There's also a lot of Japanese inspiration in terms of their other aesthetics with Japanese vintage art, Japanese bedrooms, Zen bathrooms, Zen garden, living room designs, and Zen kitchens. So everything is very calm, like the colors they're using, the furniture they're using.
So we're thinking onsen levels of Japanese, not Harajuku levels of Japanese. Because obviously the culture is not a monolith and there's all these things, but like you're meaning more the like...
With the homeware, yes.
And the homeware and the simplicity of design. Okay, got it.
Right, so we could end up seeing that come back into the beauty space, and then certainly like with like bath accessories and just
the
whole
forest bathing of it all. The wabi-sabi, if you will. We're not doing the Tokyo crossings of the street and whatever Christina Aguilera has been doing over there in the last 2 weeks. Good Lord.
But like with the nails, I'm not saying it's Zen nails or like the designs, I think are in a completely different category.
Got it. Okay.
But I do think with all of the Japanese-inspired home aesthetic and like the palette, that could come whip around with like what we see in, in the beauty space. Bow nail designs, we're getting out of Japan for a second. Bow nail designs are up 2,220%.
Okay.
Now, that could also mean that there were no bow nail designs last year. Sometimes these like huge percentage.
bows were huge last summer.
Well, they're even more huge this
Now
year.
they're on your nails. Okay.
Yeah, okay. And then this like made me die. I love this. Ready? Short, funky nails are up about 1,500%.
What does that mean?
I just love it. Short, funky nails. So
Short, funky nails.
if you got some bright blue nail polish or some electric green nail polish, now is the
Funky's
time.
like not a word I want to associate with nails. I don't know why. Like quirky and like just like cool designs. Is that where you're going with that? Because funkies.
Listen, funky, I didn't write it, but that's like the kind of thing like my aunt would be like, those are funky.
Yeah. Okay. Short, funky nails. All right. So nail art in general seems to be having a little.
Nail art's back. Nail art's back.
I mean, I don't
okay.
think we're anywhere, but yeah, these are the designs. Okay. What else?
Okay. Then dewy makeup. Okay. So that's
Wait,
like,
what? I have been seeing the opposite, Jessica Matlin. Trend reporter
take
Jennifer
it up with
Sullivan.
Pinterest. Take it up with Pinterest.
I am seeing so many blurring products, so many powders launching, so many people like doing a dustier cheek and like a more mochi kind of finish to their skin than a dewy dumpling finish.
Well, stay with me.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just jumped in hard, didn't I?
Yeah. I think take a minute.
Wow,
Just
aggressive,
listen.
Take
Listen.
it down a notch. We're
Yeah,
just talking
okay.
about beauty
Like,
trends.
Good. Listen. Why don't you listen
I
first
got
before
so
you speak?
Philly on it.
I know. Listen more than you speak. Okay. So soft baddie makeup is up 700%. Now, I think that is where you are seeing.
I'm just batty.
Okay. Take your.
I need to enter my soft batty. Come on, chill out.
Yes, soften it. Okay. Maybe you need some blurring powder.
Yeah, blur my batty instincts.
So the softness is where maybe you're seeing that mochi or that blurring. Okay.
Mhm.
Get on the Google machine and put in your soft body makeup.
Yes, Baddies, Baddie for like,
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, what the hell are they?
Yeah,
doing?
soft baddie.
Okay.
And that's where you're going to, I think, get away from that like super dewy, because I don't think like it's like a natural glow. It's not like your dewy dumpling. Then Igari makeup. I don't know if it's Igari or Igari. Maybe somebody can clear that for me. But that's a flush makeup look where it's like blush from all over. It's not just like little cheekies. It's like a flush, right?
Drunk blush.
That's up 460%.
Yes.
And then cool tone makeup looks, which I thought was really interesting. And that's up 360%.
Footnote, Igari makeup is named after Japanese makeup artist Igari Shinobu.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. So there's some more Japanese influence for you. Okay, ready? Foxy locks. Foxy locks. All right? You're going to get your cherry blonde up 600. I keep on going 600 because I'm not used to these huge numbers. 6,300%.
Okay.
Cherry cola red. There's a lot of like cherry, a lot of like red, which I'm always in favor of, and deep cherry hair, 920%. But a big one is honey brown curls.
This is so, sure, honey brown curls.
Listen, I just report the news.
No, I know. It's interesting what people search for. And I think sometimes on Pinterest, the data isn't always super great because the people who are searching what they're searching for are searching it a lot. Like when I'm going on Pinterest, I'm like digging deep into that one thing. I'm trying to get the perfect photo for my hairstylist. Do you know what I mean? To show her.
Yeah.
So it's not like a general interest is there. It's like the people who want a honey brown color and have curly hair spend a ton of time on Pinterest trying to find their inspiration photo for their stylist. I'm just saying, like, I honestly, this could be more macro than I'm thinking, but that one just feels very specific and only like a certain number of people can even get that hair if they wanted it.
Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
All right.
That's what we do here at Fat Mascara. We do context and analysis around the trends.
And then this one I loved, bangs are back, which my daughter told me to get bangs last night, and I said, sure.
She still has bangs, right?
She still has bangs. She wanted to know why I didn't have bangs. And I said, I once had bangs.
Oh.
I had bangs when I was little, and then I had bangs in high school.
I had been there for that discussion.
I told her I might get a long bang. But she wants me to have the straight across bangs like her.
No, she's not thinking curtain bang. She wants like her.
No, she says she
cool,
literally
blunt
wants me to get the
bangs.
same bangs. And I told her, I said, I'm not sure that would work on me. But she's really
I could
pushing
sit
it.
a little lake down. We could talk about calyx. We could talk about forehead size, forehead wrinkles, styling time, thinning hair near the hairline as you get older. We have a lot to discuss, Lake. It's not that simple, the bang decision, you know?
I was thinking, I was like, could I take an Anne Hathaway bang? And I was like, no.
You know what I've noticed, though, as we age, like women, you need to pull that bang center back further on your head to get enough weight in the bang.
Totally.
When you're little, like your hair is full all the way to your hairline, your forehead's smaller. There's so much volume of hair in that front of your head to work with that you can get a nice, heavy, blunt bang. At my age, if I wanted to do that, the bangs are going to start like this top of my head where a crown sits. And so then I don't know how much hair is left in the back. Not much. It's turning mullety very quickly on me.
I don't know. I don't know what to say to her. I tried to.
You tell her, yeah, well, okay, it's your child, so you do whatever you want, but I know what I'd tell her. I'd be soft baddie about it. Don't worry.
I'll just give you one more. I'll give you one more.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm not convincing you of these trends. Well, Japanese side bangs, 1,645%. Okay, how about this, guys? Subtle bangs, which is what I might do, about a 1,000% increase. So if you're thinking about bangs, there is an increase. Go check out Pinterest for inspiration because that's what I might do.
Yeah. This speaks to my point, though. Like, if you're thinking about bangs, you are going to go on Pinterest. It's such a good resource for inspiration photos, more so than like general search data from Google. It's a good place to seek out specific pictures and looks.
Yeah. What's the last thing you looked on Pinterest for?
When you go to my Pinterest, it's all Pendleton blankets and like modern organic. It's all home stuff. It's all like nature-y home stuff lately.
I'm dead.
Like color stories. I've been looking at bathroom vanities. I do a lot of redecorating my rooms in a way that I will never actually pull the trigger on. My bathroom's in deep need of some help. So yeah, it's all bathroom stuff and like.
There's nothing wrong with your bathroom.
Yeah, I was trying to warm it up a little. It's very cold in there. But yeah, I use it a lot for home stuff more than beauty. I use more TikTok and Instagram, I think, for beauty when I'm searching. But don't forget Pinterest is out there as a resource. Okay.
All right, let's shift gears and talk about weddings. Now, Business of Fashion just reported on the rise of the wedding influencer on TikTok and how that's affecting beauty retail. Brides like Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy, and of course, Sophia Grange. I always like, who's that for a second? I'm like, oh, Sophia Richie. All documented their getting ready bridal routine. Jen, did you document your getting ready bridal routine?
What do you think, Jess?
I think we saw a picture of you at your wedding, and then that's it.
I workshopped it with Patrick Ta on the podcast, if I remember correctly. Because remember, I did my own makeup.
Oh, you did your own. Yes, that's true.
He and I talked through like the whole process, and yeah.
Okay, but that was audio only.
Nobody needs to revisit. That's a 2019 episode. No need to revisit. It was audio only. Yeah, but people are doing, as if they're like prepping for the Met Gala, but for their own wedding and making a video of that. Yeah,
lots of video, lots of content. People are. When I say people, not the masses, but many influencers and many people who want to live that life are not just getting engagement photos and wedding photos, but also creating content or hiring people to create content around the entire lead up. This is a shift because Gen Z is getting married and they are used to just a different sort of like attitude around content creation and like living their lives online. So I have 3 comments. One is, this just feels like a little kind of like uncomfortable for me with like, they're young. And the stuff I was reading was like getting like, this is kind of what I'm saying in the front. So I'm not going to say it in the second part of the episode, but like documenting like your Botox appointment, getting 85 cellulite treatments and like stuff. It's too much. To me, it's just too much. It's too much. Sorry. That's my opinion. I got like a facial.
Well, you know what? I think the millennial version of this is Emily Weiss's document that went viral of like all the things she did for her first wedding. Emily Weiss, the founder of Glossier, obviously. And it set off all those skincare spreadsheets. And it was this whole thing around like your black book of like wedding prep stuff. And this isn't that. This is similar to that. It's just the video-ish version because that's how information is disseminated.
But she got some backlash.
Yeah. And I'm sure some of these influencers are getting backlash. In fact, I've seen it for some of these weddings that you just mentioned. Yeah, because people are like, this is a sacred moment and you're in love and like, don't turn it into a Instagram-y sideshow.
Yeah, it just feels a little, I don't know. It just kind of...
It's not for Jess.
It's not for me, but that's, fine, you do you. But I also think that this does take some of the industry, like bridal beauty has always had like a little kind of like fuddy-duddiness about just that, like, it's been kind of like this little siloed part of the beauty industry. I think, do you know what I mean?
Yes, I'm laughing because one of my best friends, Emily Kate Warren, and now Emily Kate Spokes, has been a guest on the show. She was a makeup artist. She's done bridal makeup in the past. And she does this impression of one bride that she worked with who wanted her hair a certain way. Mm-hmm. And it was like so shellacked and so it was just like this very specific look that Emily did not personally love, but it was that bridal aesthetic. She wanted like, and she does it in this accent, it makes me laugh anyway, but like a very crunchy curl stick, like the bun had an elaborate woven look to it, if you will, that you would never see elsewhere but on a bride.
Exactly. I think bridal beauty has always been, it has this kind of perma aesthetic, like this is the look, this is how you do bridal beauty, this is how you do bridal hair. And then the artists have been kind of confined to like, you're a bridal beauty artist. And I think this kind of Gen Z may have like, by popularizing and putting everything on TikTok and all that, it may be able to like break the kind of mold and make things a little bit more glamorous and free and editorial and popular. And I think it may expand the industry and give those artists more opportunities, more freedom, elevate them.
Stay tuned for our raise a wand from a listener on that note. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I hate to see artists. I remember working with an artist once, and she was like, I feel like everyone sees me just as bridal, and I want to do editorial. And people really just didn't see her as anything but bridal, and you get kind of put in this box. I'm going a little bit on a tangent, but I think you guys know what I mean. It's like, this is kind of a chance for those people to shine and show what they can do if they have these huge platforms. Yeah, those lines were already
blurring between the red carpet and the editorial in the non-bridal, but in the celebrity makeup artist world, like the person who was on set with the fancy photographer was not the same person that was prepping someone for a red carpet for Cannes. And those lines have already blurred. Why not bring the bridal makeup artist hairstylist into the mix? If you guys have talent, you can do all three of those. You know, if a lighting setup's changing, you are going to change the makeup. You know, if they don't have to sit through crying in 8 hours in a church and whatever, you can change the makeup. Like they could do different things. So I love that that's becoming more democratized. That's great.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of area for opportunity.
Hopefully this trend
here
will help push that forward.
And then on a real retail perspective, in the article, Tara Simon, she's with Too Faced. She was saying they're now like making kits for Too Faced that have basically it's the same product, just repackaged, but brands can create new product just for bridal. I mean, it's not really, it's not rocket science, but they can create new products and all kinds of different merchandise just for brides. Yeah,
that feels antithetical to the first two things, in my opinion, because that like then separates it back out as special bridal makeup, whereas the trend feels to be more like it's any other glamorous moment in your life, and you could do like a loose wave and like a strapless, like I don't know.
I know what you're saying, but I just think it's good for brands.
But yeah,
to help move their product.
Well, bridal's always, hey, you want to pay more for any beauty service you've ever gotten? Tell them you're getting married. you know, like hot tip: if you're getting married and you're hiring someone for a hairstylist, just say you have to look good for an on camera, like something else, like because you'll pay more if it's for bridal. Sorry, bridal hairstylists.
They'll figure it out really quickly when they get there, and then
so you're wearing white,
and everyone's freaking the hell out.
And your mother's with you, and your mother-in-law. Okay, all right, bad idea.
I also really liked the idea of the fragrance industry getting very much involved.
Yes.
Custom scents. Said Joe Malone's doing a whole, how to scent your wedding thing because they've had such big moments with Sophia Richie and co.
And as a favor, is people doing candles that are they're the couple scent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of creativity there. So anyway, I don't think it's, I started out with being a little like cranky. I don't love young people thinking they need to now get filler and 85 Fraxels before a wedding, but I think that there's a lot of fun stuff to be had.
Yeah, bridal beauty. You're not cranky. Don't worry. Let's go to
I don't
Science
think I'm. No,
Corner.
I don't think I'm cranky. I think that I don't think young people need to or anyone needs to improve themselves the way I think people are doing right now.
Yes. Okay. To Science Corner we go. We have a beautiful Science Corner. I just want to take Science Corner to do a moment of remembrance for Dr. Alastair Carruthers. He passed away last week, and that name might not sound familiar to you. It's very familiar to me, Jess, other beauty journalists, scientists, dermatologist. He's a dermatologist, Canadian dermatologist, one of the people responsible for Botox Cosmetic and finding out what it could do for the cosmetic industry. So just in honor of his work, I'm going to give you a brief how that happened in case you don't know the story. But back in the 1980s, his wife, so I love that it's like a wife and husband team. Dr. Jean Carruthers, who was an ophthalmologist, was using Botox for eyelid twitches, which we've all heard that story of how it first came about. She came home to her husband and said, one of my patients noticed that their forehead wrinkles went away when I was injecting that area for their eyelid twitches. He was a dermatologist. He said there might be something there. Together, they embarked on years of research. This was like the late 80s. And then in 1991, they presented at ASDS, American Society of Dermatological Surgeons, about their findings. And cut to 11 years later, 2002, Botox was approved for aesthetic use by the FDA.
I forget it was that, like, not long ago, but long ago.
Yeah. As with all FDA approvals, but years before that was happening, there was off-label usage. So in the late 90s, you were already seeing the off-label usage in a cosmetic fashion. But that's when it was first approved. And to Jess's point, that's 23 years ago? But Dr. Carruthers, I had the opportunity to interview him a couple times over the course of my career. He was like one of those super duper smart people who wasn't a jerk about it.
Do you remember where he lived? I'm just curious.
He's in Vancouver?
Okay.
I don't know if he was still there, but I remember talking to him when I worked at Prevention Magazine, and he was just like, he was so kind to like explain a concept to me that, when you're a baby beauty editor just starting out, like you don't yet have that foundation of knowledge. I didn't go to medical school and whatever. And he just seemed like a teacher. He was really nice. And so I just want to take a moment to remember him and his work and share that story because it's like with his wife. I think it's a beautiful story. And sir, thank you for your products. I use them
on behalf of brides everywhere. Thank you. No, thank you.
I mean, truly, that changed. Like, it's speaking to making a theme for this episode. To blame or not to blame, this is the man who and his wife, obviously, the two of them put this whole thing in motion.
That's amazing.
Okay, let's move on. So, special segment. Let's do it. This special segment is presented by Shiseido Ginza Tokyo and Acast Creative.
All right, Jen, I need to talk about eye cream.
I want you to. Go ahead.
People ask me for eye cream recommendations all the time, more so than any other product. Jess, what eye cream should I use? Do you have a great eye cream to recommend? This is the area of top concern for them because we know that the eye area really is, if not the first, one of the first areas to give away signs of feeling tired, signs of visible aging. People are concerned. But whenever I ask them for like what they're looking for, like what is it about their eyes that are bothering them, it's always something different. It's under eye circles, it's puffiness, it's this, it's that. For me personally, with my eyes, I notice that my eyes just look kind of tired because underneath it's a little more sunken because I'm losing that volume, the fat underneath.
Yeah.
And then crow's feet.
Oh, you have the smile lines.
Smile lines. It's smile lines and losing that volume because I like to say I'm getting more chiseled with time.
You are chiseled.
Getting more chiseled.
I know what you mean, though.
That baby fat is finally flying the coop, okay?
Yeah, no, it changes your eye area. I get it. I feel like I get this question all the time from people. And then you're right. You have to be like, there are a million things that can happen to your eyes as you get older, or even if you're not old yet. And like, what is it for you that is making you unhappy?
Faces change. Every face is unique. So what's going on with you? Do you ever have any eye thoughts?
Yes. So for me, I know what you're talking about. The hollowness is not the issue. For me, it's the top lid has got, like, the brows have come lower. The lid attached to the brow is a little bit lower. Like, the area between the brow and the eyeball is just shrinking by the day. I believe some people would call that sagging. I don't want to give it a negative connotation.
They're getting cozier.
They're getting cozy. My little eyeballs are like wrapped in a little bit of cozy skin now. So that's fun. And then the other thing, and I know you know what I'm going to say, because I've noticed it in photos.
Nobody notices this. I can't
know.
tolerate this conversation.
I notice it, and a photographer we worked with noticed it. Asymmetry. One of my eyes is getting way cozier than the other one. Like, someone told me I look like a Picasso, and that wasn't a compliment, I didn't think, because just my left eye, it's just smaller now. When I smile, it just like it doesn't almost disappear. What am I saying?
By the way, sometimes, like, we were talking about this the other day. I just feel like sometimes, like, if you notice something about someone, just like, you don't really have to say anything.
Yes, this person was taking my photograph, but I also think that they should not have said anything. But for me,
All right.
So for me, the eye aging, I guess, it would be like a little bit of an excess, saggier, looser skin is probably the best way to say it. Whereas for you, it's more of a hollowness underneath the eyes,
It's
right?
like, that's not coming back. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think either of those things is going to completely reverse.
No.
But I was sort of the mindset for a long time of like, well, okay, that's just life now. And I never really bought into eye cream. Honestly, I was one of those people who was just like, sure, is it moisturizer in a little jar?
I know you were very skeptical.
Oh my God, I am a skeptic no more. I am a convert to the Shiseido Benefiance Wrinkle Smoothing Eye Cream. This stuff is gold. I think part of it was I just didn't really need it for when I was younger, and I kind of need it now. I am officially a convert. Here's why. Okay. And I will recommend it to you, dear listener, because it doesn't just deal with one sign of eye aging. Because like Jess said, like, we all have different things going on. This cream, it was designed to do this. I'm about to give you a little list, which is a little annoying, but you want to hear all the things it does. It works on inner corner wrinkles, under eye issues, crow's feet, around the eye, and the frown lines, even like towards the center of your face, between your brows kind of thing. Plus, it's not just about wrinkles, it targets dark circles and eye bag puffiness. Did I miss anything? Like, if you have an eye issue in there that I did not name, DM me.
You might get one DM. I don't know. So I love it because it gives you that immediate benefit. Looks great. But here's a little anecdote I want to share. In a test of 110 people, 96% of them saw reduced wrinkles and diminished dark circles in 7 days.
I don't doubt it. I have seen that in my own household. I feel like I can't tell in my own face because, I look at it so much. I've noticed an overall difference over like time. I'm brighter and everything like that. But I got Eric to start using this. Sorry, Eric, I'm calling you out right now. He turns 40 this year. Yes, I married a younger man, everyone. Don't you love that for me? But so I noticed for him, actually, here's a concern that I didn't list in that list, but this is what I think his issue is. His skin's getting like a little elephanty.
Oh,
No. Hear me out. No, the texture has changed. Like under his eyes,
this
it's
was going
like
well for Eric, and now
no. But now that I'm saying it, I feel like I heard this from other people. Like it's like a paper towel, more like it's just more textured. It's not wrinkles.
Texture.
Yeah, the texture has changed.
Yeah.
So he saw the jar of the Benefiance Wrinkle Smoothing Eye Cream. He saw it in the vanity, and he was like, "I think I need eye cream." And I was like, "Okay, sure, go ahead." So I kid you not, like a week after he started using it, I was looking at him in the elevator, and I was just like, "You look so much better. What's going on?" Like I forgot that he had gotten into my Shiseido. So it works on texture issues as well. That's all I'm saying. And for all genders, clearly.
I feel like it does not look elephanty.
No, how else would you describe that texture change when it's not wrinkles? Let's be like, this is a beauty podcast. This is what we talk about.
Textured. Listen, if you want a transformation or if you want a story as inspiring as what happened to Eric
and me
and Jen and me, and you don't feel like your eye cream is giving you that kind of magic, I joke. But seriously, eye cream should not feel like a little add-on. It should feel nice. Life is too short to not be thrilled with a skincare product. I firmly believe that. It is a ritual. It is something that should make you feel gorgeous. It should make you feel like something is happening, that you feel great, and it should feel like a treat. Get a new eye cream. Try a new one if you're not seeing results from your current one.
I always say this to people when they're like, does X product work? I'm like, if you don't know that it works and you don't notice it working, then it's not working for you. It's time to get something new. I fully am behind the Shiseido Benefiance Wrinkle Smoothing Eye Cream. I'm going to suggest that for you. Maybe like you're using this pricey eye cream and you could try this instead. It's available at Ulta Beauty. Or maybe you like have an inexpensive version and you want to like trade up for a little luxury. This jar will last you forever. It's gorgeous. I really recommend it. I've had eye creams that just sit in my vanity and never get used. And this one, like, I don't even want to open this up for you. Like, there's not a lot left.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This one's a change that you'll notice. A little goes a long way. I'm telling you, just ... pat. Please do not rub. Just pat. Make the investment in yourself. I am not the only one who loves it. If you go to Ulta.com and look at Benefiance Wrinkle Smoothing Eye Cream from Shiseido, you're going to see that it has more than 2,000 reviews on Ulta.com.
As a reminder, everyone, thanks for listening to me and Eric's eye problems, first of all. Second of all, this special segment was brought to you in partnership with Shiseido Ginzo Tokyo and Acast Creative. Okay, it is time to raise the wand. Jess, you had great homework from last week. She wants a shower caddy, guys. We need to help Jess find a shower caddy. Thing is, because this was a special episode, we recorded a little early. That request literally just came out today. So we have not yet gotten raise-a-wands for shower caddies from anybody. Call us if you have a shower caddy to recommend to Jess, because mine was from West Elm and it's no longer available. So I cannot tell you about it. I'm sorry, it was bamboo. It's very cool, but it's not there. So we need your help. 646-481-8182. Leave us a voice message there. Text us at that number or email us. Laura actually emailed us. That's why her voice memo sounds so good. Take it away, Laura.
Hey Jen, hey Jess, it's Laura here, makeup artist in the French Alps. I have a double razor wand for you today. The first one is to Kelsey Bain Makeup. She is an Australian makeup artist and I find her really inspiring, love her vibe, and of course her makeup is gorgeous. But more recently, she's been sharing some reels and some of the things that she finds harder about her job as a makeup artist and encouraged others to share. And on a message, we agreed that under eye concealer techniques were one of the more difficult aspects, which leads me to my second razor wand, which is to the Pat McGrath Labs Medium Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder, which has changed the game for me. I've been playing around with it. I've found a new technique and I cannot believe that this product exists, and I could not be more grateful to Mother Pat McGrath and also to Kelsey Bain and to you, Jen and Jess, from your biggest fan in France.
I have to say, I've never tried that product, but now I'm extremely curious.
To my point that powders are back, yes, like setting the under eye. Also, how fat mascara is it of her to both help us out with a product recommendation, but then call out another makeup artist? The beauty community is so good like that. Lifting others up as you rise. You know what I'm saying? It makes me happy.
So deep.
Laura in the French Alps, we love you, and maybe we're going to be setting.
Gorgeous this time of year. Gorgeous.
I know. And she does bridal makeup, and so does Kelsey Bain, who she calls out. I'll link to both of their accounts so that maybe if you need some makeup services and you live near them, you can use them. Okay, excellent razor wands. Thank you. Again, Jess is looking for shower caddy recommendations, or if you just have a razor wand for something you love, or if you just want to ask us a question, call us 646-481-8182. I won't pick up. Don't worry. Sometimes I text back like right away and that like freaks people out, but I won't pick up the phone. But definitely text me, call us.
Like it's not a bot. It's actually you texting.
Yeah, it's me texting. I'm always like, it's Jen. Hi. And they're like, what? Who else is going to do it?
How weird.
Yeah, you have a direct line to me, guys. Text me, 646-481-8182. Okay, you ready to raise wands?
I'm ready.
So like, do I separate them? Do I give you both at once?
No.
Go for it.
Okay, this is my time. Okay, so we need to talk. We need to talk about pillow talk. We never really talked about pillow talk, and it's been around for like ages already. Pillow talk, like the first one, didn't work for me.
Context, Charlotte Tilbury's shade of lipstick.
Oh, yeah. But you guys know. Yeah. It has like 14,000 product extensions. It is basically Charlotte Tilbury's hero product, her Pillow Talk lipstick. But it did not work for me. It was too dark. It was a big hit for everyone else, but not for me. So I'm going to backtrack to how I discovered my pillow talk. The other day, I was in the city, running in like a crazy person, had a million things to do, and then I had dinner that night. Lo and behold, on like one of the sweatiest days of August, I forgot my makeup bag, but I had a work dinner that night. Yuck. I go to Nordstrom, and I'm like, I had to return something. And I was like, I'm gonna try to spruce up downstairs. But I was like, I'm gonna buy something so that I'm not like just some kind of looky-loo, like touching all the products.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll buy a lipstick and then I'll ask them to touch me up. I went to Charlotte Tilbury. I thought I was gonna buy my old Bitch Perfect. Well, Bitch Perfect doesn't like suit me anymore. It's just a strange thing what happens with time. It was very brown, yellow on my skin. I don't know. So she's like, can I try this on you? Pillow Talk Fair. What is Pillow Talk Fair?
How did you not know about? I remember when I got all the Pillow Talk memes and whatever. Yeah, Pillow Talk Fair is much more. It's pinkier.
Oh my
it's
God.
closer to your Spanish pink Tom Ford that you like.
It's
but not
basically
quite
Spanish
there.
pink Tom Ford.
Yeah, yeah. It's
No.
not quite.
It's not. It's not as milky as Spanish pink. It's not as creamy.
How did you? I can't believe you just discovered this.
I just
In
discovered
my head,
Pillow
that
Talk.
was like a lipstick that you wore.
No. So I got Pillow Talk Fair, but not only did I buy Pillow Talk
Great
Fair,
color for you. Yeah.
which is now I have two.
Yes.
I got Pillow Talk Fair, but then I also discovered how well she put the entire Pillow Talk franchise on me. The Pillow Talk blush,
Yeah.
the Pillow Talk liner, which is like kind of a reddish, like
it'd be really
Yes.
pretty on you. Yeah.
Oh my God. So now I'm like a Pillow Talk stan, and I'm like,
Hey guys, have you heard of this?
yeah, no, but it's like I was kind of like
Did you tell the woman there that like what you do for a living?
No, I never tell anyone.
Okay.
I find that so obnoxious.
Oh no,
when
I wouldn't
people
either.
are
I'm just like it's
No.
it's funny that you like run beauty merchandising for Moda and then also have a very popular beauty podcast.
and 20 years
Tell
in
me more
beauty.
about that.
And-
Pillow talk, you say?
Charlotte's WhatsApp. No. I'm not going to tell anybody anything ever when I'm in a store. I never
Yeah.
tell anyone anything.
But now you love a full face of pillow talk.
But I never talk ever like about Pillow Talk because I'm like, oh, I tried the lipstick. It didn't work for me.
This is a good lesson. Let's all keep our minds open because sometimes flankers and franchises expand and also our faces change and we have to revisit colors we thought we didn't like.
No. And I even tried another one that I used to love. I'm not going to say.
But it's not for you anymore.
Not for me anymore. And I took a picture the other day and I said, this is my mom. And my mom was like, your makeup looks gorgeous. She said, you look younger than springtime.
Oh, mommy.
I think the Pillow Talk blush is phenomenal.
I think there might be multiple shades of that, but let's assume you're the fair
No,
one
it's just the regular.
first.
It's the regular
Just the-
Pillow Talk blush.
Okay, got it. Great. I'm so glad for you.
No, I'm so happy. Okay, next one. Okay, Leah Yu from Crave Beauty has mentioned this next Raise a Wand. It's a book, The Monocle Book of Gentle Living, a guide to slowing down, enjoying more, and being happy. As we head into the hubbub of the fall season, back to school, back to the rhythm of the everyday, I just think this is a nice book to kind of keep around.
You're still, look at yours all dog-eared and post-it noted
Oh,
up.
I have Post-its. Yeah. I like to just to refer back to things.
Why are we raising a wand to this? Why do you love it
Because
so?
we're about to like get back into like the crazy season.
And what does this book do for you?
It just kind of gives me like little things to like just inspire me. Like take the scenic route. That's number 43. How to live a gentler life. It's all about like just kind of slowing down for a second. And it's like little bits, little tiny little like, yummy bites to inspire you.
Okay.
Take the scenic route. Take the long way round to your friend's wedding, your parents' house or car, blah, 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 blah. Support your local restaurant. Watch a life-affirming film. Eat outside. I've been doing that a little bit more. Just
Is
like
there
sitting on
any
the
more,
bench.
like when they tell you to do that, is there then reasoning why or they're just random little
Yeah,
tidbits?
you know, it's not
Oh,
like,
okay,
like
you're
number
just not
33, eat outside, number 4, plant a tree. Like just little, but then it's like 2 sentences about why.
Yeah.
This is like a cute one. Get out on the water. It's better by boat. Find a hideaway. Look up. Put down your phone. Time to switch off. Just like little tiny things that make you just kind of like take a pause.
Yeah.
I just like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I'm glad you found a book to help you find those things. and
Yeah,
those
it
moments.
just makes you stop and remember that like the screen and the day-to-day is like not what it's all about.
Yeah, that she did speak about it briefly in that she says it's her go-to thank you gift. I think she sent us both a copy after she came on the show.
It's the best book.
But also how nice that like she can know that that stuck with you. Even that's kind
stuck
of
with me.
gentle living, isn't it? That she sent you a gift that meant something to her and now it means something to you and you just think about her probably when you open it up.
It's literally on my desk all the time. Yeah, I love it.
that. Earnest moment here on Fat Mascara.
I'm very earnest.
I should raise my wand. It has an earnest part to it. It's Virgo season. Two of my favorite people are Jess's name, Virgo Jesses. You know, my best friend in Philly is a Virgo Jess. My best friend in New York's a Virgo Jess.
Woo, 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 woo,
So
woo.
happy Virgo season to you guys.
Thank you.
I am raising a wand. So my Philly Jess and I have this obsession with Haribo gummies that we've had for years. We just love gummy candy. She is the one, I think, like years ago who introduced me to the peach gummies from Haribo. You know, they're like sugar on the
Is it
outside.
the one with sugar? Yeah.
Oh, God, they're just divine. And I mean, pretty much everybody's probably tasted them at this point, and it is the best peach flavor. Well, guys, first of all, Haribo should do absolutely a makeup line. Are you kidding me? And I just had that moment. But
so smart.
So this is Iconic London Luster Lip Oil. This product has been around for a little bit, but they just recently changed the packaging. If you like Haribo gummy peaches, the She's a Peach flavor of this lip oil, which is like a lip gloss, is the best tasting lip gloss I've ever tasted. And it is exactly a Haribo gummy peach. And you know how some flavored lip glosses are like, there's something artificial in there. You're like too much flavor, not the right flavor. This tastes so good. It's a great lip oil. It stays on your lips. It's fabulous. But like, I don't know. Every time I put it on my lips, I think of her because she also has this. She has the older packaging. She's always like, where do I find it? I need another one. And now I know it's been repackaged. So that's what's going on. But Iconic London Luster Lip Oil and She's a Peach tastes just like a Haribo peach gummy. So
Do you think they make like other flavor, like this Iconic London like line? Do you think they make other flavors?
they do, Jess. I'm so glad you asked. I'll tell you. P.S. Their products are great and don't sleep on them. But in addition to She's a Peach, they have two other flavors, Sugar Mama and One to Watch. I wonder what the flavor of One to Watch is. Maybe they're all peach. Huh. That's so funny.
Sounds yummy.
Yeah, I better double check with the brand on that. I did call them about this product to check that the flavor was what I thought it was. And she was like, absolutely. It's so good, Jess. I love it.
Sounds yummy. Yummy.
It's delicious. So not just for Virgos named Jess, but for everybody. She's a Peach from Iconic London. Raise on to that. And that's our episode. Get your beauty sleep. Text Jess about a shower caddy recommendation. And Ellie's joining us next week. So that'll be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
It's your reviews and feedback that help us make the podcast even better. Head over to iTunes to rate and review us or email your thoughts to info@fatmascara.com.
We also want to answer your beauty questions and hear what products you love. To share a Razor One product review or to ask a beauty question, email us at info@fatmascara.
If you send it as a voice memo file, we can even share your voice on the podcast. You can also do that by leaving us a voice message. Our phone number in the United States is 646-481-8182.
Thanks so much for listening.